the key back from her and fulfill your responsibilities.
Goodness, Ramesh is a really clever man. He is only being stubborn this whole time so that he can make a deal with Vedant. He is really smart.
Vedant somehow agreed, but Mother will never agree to this.
I will never agree to him opening that shop in the hospital. Does Ramesh and Gomti think that they can fool me? I am their mother after all, you know. I won't give back the key ever.
You say that Father is a stubborn person, but you don't realize that you are also being stubborn right now. I got Father to agree with great difficulty.
Really? You are concerned about your father and grandfather? Have you forgotten about him? There must be a reason that he chose you instead of Ramesh to run the hospital that he had built.
Grandma, I know that.
If you know, then you shouldn't have thought about that before you made this decision, right? Answer me, Vedant.
Mother was being stubborn. She wouldn't eat unless Father did, which wasn't going to happen.
If Ramesh and Manjula were being stubborn, you could have asked Purva to accept his condition and apologize. It would have been so much easier to make Purva understand than reason with Ramesh. You could have asked Purva to apologize to Ramesh.
Grandma, I couldn't have done that.
Vedant, your grandfather, has built this hospital solely based on his good principles. Today you had to go against his principles to make a decision that he would not have approved of. No. This cannot be the real reason. It is something else, and you're hiding it from me.
Before this, I even asked you if you would be able to handle this relationship and accept me exactly the way I am.
Everything. I agree that it is unfair to force you to do something you do not want to. Nobody will force you to do any chores around here, Purva. Grandma and I have promised Purva that she wouldn't have to change herself in any way to stay in this house. And that I would take care of everything so that she doesn't have to.
Vedant, I can clearly tell that this is not the only reason. Vedant, what drove you to do this? I know that there is something else, and maybe you are hiding it from yourself too. What exactly happened? You never keep anything from me.
Purva? Is everything all right over at the house? Because when I arrived, the atmosphere was very tense. Is it under control now?
Everything was going to be under control because Vedant fixed it. But then Grandma spun the situation out of control.
Oh no! I just remembered that I told Grandmother about whatever happened when I was there. Grandma?
Are you still a child that goes and tells everything to the teacher if there's a...
Hello, Purva. My dear, it's all right to apologize sometimes. You shouldn't create trouble for their family just because you want to prove a point. When someone apologizes, the family's respect for the daughter-in-law will increase. Let me know if you want me to come over and talk to them.
No, Grandmother. You have handled everything up until now. But I have grown up now. I can handle my problems on my own. Not on their terms, but on my terms.
Do you know that when my grandma is happy, she looks really beautiful? The sad face doesn't suit you at all.
Vedant, don't you know that I can be the happiest person in this whole entire world if it's for you? But Vedant, I know that you have the divorce papers with you, which both you and Purva have signed already. Despite that, you still put on this brave face for everyone. And here you are trying to cheer me up while I know you're unhappy. Let me tell you, I've always had a dream for you. That when you get married, I will dance and sing and have a lot of fun, no matter how old I might be that day. And do you know why? because that would be the best day of your entire life, my dear. But this marriage brought Purva and you together against your will. Dear, I've made a big mistake. Please
My
forgive
cute little
me.
grandma. Why are you acting like a sad grandma from the 70s? This is not allowed, alright? There is a huge difference between you and a grandma from the 70s.
It is Purva and you who are worlds apart from each other. She lives in the present. No concern about the future. You live in the present so that you can secure a bright future. You should let her go. She's in this relationship out of gratitude for the favor you showed her and not out of love.
Grandma, what I did for Purva was not a favor. When she got kidnapped, I was really scared. I was afraid that I would lose her forever. And because of that fear, I got a strange feeling. I suddenly felt pain in my heart. Grandma, I'm a doctor. I study all kinds of pain. But I couldn't figure out what this pain was. It was only when I got her back that I actually realized that I could never lose her. If I lose her, Grandma, then I will be shattered. I felt like hugging her tightly and never letting her go.
Do you really love Purva so much, my dear?
I don't want to feel that fear ever again in my life. Nor do I have the strength within myself to bear that pain if it had to happen again. I cannot live without Purva.
But Vedant, there's a lot going on in this family at the moment. Does Purva know that you love her so much?
Grandma, if words were enough when it came to love, then no man would ever have to prove it. Do you know what is special about love? It can be felt, Grandma. It is a feeling. I have faith in the love that I have for her. I'm sure that Purva will be able to feel it someday. And then she will realize just how much I love her.
Vedant, that will happen. And I will pray to the Almighty about it every morning and every evening. Do you know what, Vedant? God answers the prayers of old mad people before he answers anyone else. Here.
Thank you. Thank you, Grandma.
Vedant, just remember, no matter what happens, you should never compromise your grandpa's principles for anything or anyone else in this world, my dear. Ramesh shouldn't be able to open the shop in the hospital. Promise me.
Grandma, I promise you, that is not going to happen.
That's more like it.
I don't want to see any more sad faces. There will be a celebration at the Sanjivani mansion. I want all my favorite dishes. Manjula,
Yes,
here's the key. Go and lock the kitchen.
all right. Things can go back to normal.
What's the matter with you?
You compromised on your grandpa's principles to make a deal with your father and made me out to be the one who is to blame for it.
Why do you always misjudge situations?
I don't misjudge the situation. I only said what I saw.
What exactly did you see? That I failed to keep my promise? That I went back to the hospital to work? And that I only care about my patients?
I didn't say any of that. And please do not fight with me like husbands do. All I'm saying is that after you leave to go to work, everyone will blame me for what happened.
You should stop arguing unnecessarily like wives do. And no one is blaming you for anything, alright?
It's not alright. After you leave, everyone is going to snap at me and say that they had to starve because of me and make me out to be a villain in this story. Isn't that what is going to happen? I am here because you insisted that I stay here. You said that you would handle everything. Did we have a deal or am I wrong?
Yes, we had a deal. I've been making deals since I was young. Deals. I've made deals to live here, as well as make others stay here.
But I didn't ask you to stop me, did I?
I have
You've
only
caused the
had problems in my life, Purva. That's why I happen to have a solution to every problem that arises. I don't make deals with anyone unless I am 100% sure that I can follow through. This is not overconfidence. It is my faith in my grandpa. His grandson will not let anything tear his family apart or let anything happen to the hospital. This deal is more like my duty.
You are the son of this family, and that is why it's your duty. I am not related to anyone in this house, but that most certainly does not mean that I have no self-respect. There's a limit to everything, Vedant, and the day someone oversteps, well then, I won't keep quiet. Then I will not hesitate to leave this house.
No, that day will never come, Purva.
Gomti, wait, listen up. Listen. I've got something to tell you.
Then if I understand you correctly, the day that Princess runs out of patience, she will lose her temper.
Yes, that's what she said to him.
I see. Now that she has given us an idea on how to get rid of her, we might as well make our next move. Oh my! It is no wonder that the princess doesn't actually want to be Mrs. Trapati. She wanted to become the next Miss Prayagraj.
Oh my goodness, Purva. You look absolutely stunning. And your lipstick, it's a very nice shade.
Thank you. Good morning, Madame. Grandma. Grandma, I say good morning.
Yes, sure. Where is Vedant? Why isn't he here for breakfast?
Vedant went to the hospital early in the morning. I asked him to stay for breakfast, but he has so many patients to tend to, so he had to go.
Exactly. He doesn't even have the time to think about himself or his own well-being. He's always worried about everyone else's needs. Of course, by that I mean his patients.
But the doctor himself has become a patient these days. And why wouldn't he be? The princess is too concerned about her looks, always adorning herself. Radhika, isn't that what you were talking about?
Listen, I won't be eating breakfast with you. I'm going to my grandmother's house. I'll eat breakfast there.
Going home? What about the post-wedding ceremony? This is not how we do things here, Purva. What's wrong with you?
Purva, when the girl goes to visit her family after the wedding, her brother has to pick her up and bring her back. This is an old tradition.
But I don't have a brother, and you just said it yourself. This is an old tradition. Back in the day when this practice was common, the bride and groom would often come from different villages. And back then it wasn't safe for anyone to travel alone on the road. And that's why the brother would pick the girl up. But the times really have changed so much since then.
It seems like we have to give the princess lessons about traditions. Sumati, don't you think that we should begin with the tutoring? Princess, listen carefully. Here's the first lesson. As per our tradition and as a sign of respect, we do not talk down to our elders. Here's the second lesson. Our culture teaches women to stay within their limits and to be obedient.
Absolutely. I haven't even gone to the temple without being given permission from an elder, let alone go to my parents' house. And by the way, the daughters-in-law of the Tripathi family never leave the house without first seeking the permission from the elders to go anywhere.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Grandma, if I have your permission, please can I go to grandmother's house to go visit her for the morning?
Yes, sure. But please be back soon.
Yes.
Oh my! Ever since this girl came to live with us, she has deliberately been doing things that are considered unlucky. These modern women think that fashion is more important than following our cultural customs. Tell us, princess, why aren't you wearing your toe ring?
Purva, have you worn toe rings since the wedding? That is wrong. Toe rings signify marriage in our culture. How could you forget to wear them?
Look, I'm not used to wearing toe rings. I did try them on, but they hurt. I'm wearing the wedding necklace and I've applied vermilion this morning.
Purva, you cannot step out of the house without wearing a toe ring.
Fine.
That was a good move, Gumti.
Smarty, has there ever been anyone who could outsmart me before? Now, just wait and see what I will do next.
Grandma here.
All right now, Purva, listen to me. I agree that there are certain customs that should change as times are a-changing. But there are a few traditions and customs that do not change with time, regardless of what you might think. Keep that in mind, please.
Yes, Grandma. I will do as you think best. I will wear them. Yes, I will wear them.
I could give you a hand with that if you want some help. Come on, I'll help you. What's wrong? Did it hurt? Well, now you know how it feels when something hurts. You're in for it. Wait and see what I'll do.
Father. The staff in this hospital work at a snail's pace and it infuriates me to no end. What took you so long to get the tea? This is unacceptable. Quicken your pace, or you will be replaced. Listen. You should always greet the boss every time you see him. You should always remember that.
Father,
Sanju,
I need to.
first things first, son. Look, never order the samosas from here. Look at this plate. It has totally spoiled my appetite. And you are supposed to tutor him.
Now?
Vedant, don't make up excuses to avoid it now.
I'm not trying to make up excuses, Sanju. I've got patients waiting for me.
Are you implying that your patients are more important than Sanju's education? Remember the promise that you made.
Father, I will tutor him when we're at home.
Are you going back on your word? I hope you know the repercussions.
Father, I promised that I would tutor Sanju, and I will tutor him, but at home.
Dr. Vedant,
Come here.
please help me.
It's all right. Relax.
Please.
Relax.
Help.
Father, I will talk to you later today when I'm at home.
I am talking to you.
Mrs. Rawat, stop stressing yourself out because your blood pressure is rising. Relax. You trust your doctor, don't you?
Yes, Doctor, I trust you.
Good, very good.
Father!
As long as you are a doctor in this hospital, make sure that everything is managed properly. Because after that, my son, Dr. Sanjay Tripathi, and I will take over the hospital. Come on, Sanju.